I'll start talking first.
Yep, you always do.
Ready? Hilarious, raucous, campy, been around forever, owned and run by power couple, 80-something-year-old British man and 60-something-year-old French Canadian. The story writes itself.
Well, I mean, our focal point is certainly Brian and Patrice, the owners of the Elbow Room. So they're really the heart of the piece, as they are the heart of the cafe. And then we go inside the lives of some staff members as well. We're sort of creating a hybrid between the reality of what the Elbow Room is and what people who recognize the Elbow Room and its sort of iconic status in the community. My name is Dave Deveau. I am the book writer and co-lyricist of Elbow Room Café, the musical, Phase 1, here at Studio 58. Right beside me, this handsome devil, is the managing artistic director of ZZ and the director of the show, Cameron Mackenzie. Ta-da! We're also married, so... It's unapologetically homosexual. Like, the word cum stain appears on page 7 of the script. You don't see that on Broadway. And you shouldn't, maybe. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of musical theater is... like, we were in New York last summer and we went to see Kinky Boots. And not to knock Kinky Boots, but Kinky Boots is a gay musical written for, like, straight housewives from Brooklyn. It's Will and Grace gay. And I love Will and Grace, but Will and Grace is very polite in its homosexuality. It's just sort of like fabulous, campy characters. And we have no shortage of that. But we also have, like, some real queer love stories.
You broke my heart.
Characters who I have seen in the Elbow Room in some form or another. I spent hours sitting in the Elbow Room enjoying their eclectic menu and just watching and thinking, oh, that's interesting, that's interesting, that's interesting, and then weaving those bizarre threads into the sort of cast of misfits that this one gets to tackle.
My vision was to throw a flavor of the set, a flavor of the costumes, and really focus on the composition, the book, and the lyrics. That was the priority. Then I'm directing it, and I thought, okay, just a flavor of a set, just a flavor. Like maybe 6 tables and some chairs, and, well, we have to have the kitchen counter because we've got kitchen staff, and we needed, like, the server station because we've got servers, and a few walls to just frame the thing, and then maybe some lights to hang in to really, frame the top of the cafe, and then, a nice floor treatment on the floor. And basically, from the time I put tables and chairs on the set, the 25 actors, the 23 young students who are rearing to go, kind of blocked the show for me, and we have a full production almost. Surprise!
But when you distill it down, for me, it's a love story, and it's a love story about legacy, about how do we as human beings want to be remembered, what imprint are we making on the community around us. And I think the Elbow Room is a really, I think Brian and Patrice created something quite magical for many different communities to feel welcome, which is odd when you think about it being sort of an abuse cafe, right? They're deliberately rude to you, but there is something equal opportunity about that that's quite beautiful. You can come in and be sort of like a rich North Van housewife, or you can come in and be like a drag queen who poured herself out of the gutter, and you're treated with the same disdain and respect simultaneously.
You eat every last scrap on that plate.
I've talked a lot over the years about the notion of finding sort of gay grandparents. Like, we rely on our biological grandparents to sort of tell us the story of who we are, in a sense. And I think gay grandparents... Gay uncles, gunkles, are really great to sort of paint the picture of a time that we were not a part of. And which actually sort of allows us to celebrate things in a much louder way, to recognize that we're really lucky to have a lot of things we have. They've given us so much legacy that our hope is to offer them a tiny piece with this show.